So we are live now. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know, and the ones who don't know, my name is Sheikh Muhammad Ali. I'm from Karachi and I'm based here in Islamabad for the last 18 years. So I've become an Islamite every inch. आज हमारे साथ जो मोअज़्ज़ज़ मेहमान हैं, इत्तफाक से उनका ताल्लुक भी कराची से है. उनका नाम है मिसेस रफ़िया मुदस्सिर. She is an educationist, a counselor, a welfare worker with an overall teaching experience of 24 years. She has started her career as a teacher from her alma mater, which is the Habib Girls Higher Secondary School in Karachi. And then she was a pioneer teacher at the Army Public School, Sindhi Muslim Cooperative Housing Society. She then worked with the City School for 14 and a half years, starting as a teacher and gradually progressing to the management positions of deputy head, headmistress, and ultimately she became the principal. Apart from her responsibility as an academic and administrative head, she has remained extensively involved in conducting certificate, diploma, and leadership training programs for 12 years at the City School. She remained actively involved in designing and implementing the training programs at the City School Southern region, comprising of 46 schools of Karachi and Quetta. She also has an experience of tutoring management training for public sector as part of the team that designed MES training for Punjab and the Sindh government head teachers in one of the most extensive programs organized by the government sector by a private organization. सो मज़ीद इससे पहले कि मैं और डिटेल्स में जाऊं, क्यों ना हम फ्लोर रफ़िया मुदस्सिर साहिबा को दें, और अगर कोई इंट्रोडक्शन में मुझसे कोई कमी कोताही रह गई है तो वो अपना तारुफ खुद करवाएं. So thank you very much for joining us, Mrs. Rafia. The floor is all yours. And now.
Thank you, Sheikh Saab. Yes, you have almost shared all my profile. And after City, then I was working with Beacon House also in the same capacity as in the management, then as a trainer, as a student counselor also, and remained involved in training of staff and students and the head teachers, mentoring the head teachers there. And uske baad, then I felt a need that there is a lot of gap between education and the industry. Since I was counseling the OA level students, I felt that there are so many skills that are missing. So I started Nurul Huda. So I'm the founder of Nurul Huda Education, which aims to develop human capacity. And I think from my experience of 25 years in education with the elite, very renowned chains of schools, as well as the public sector, I have developed my own system of counseling, which has worked very well with everyone, whether it is staff, whether it is students, or whether it is teachers. And now, since I am also on social media, so there are people coming to me from different professions also. So it's not just the education sector now. I've been counseling different people for different things, and the major focus was developing human capacity. And since it's almost 2 years, and I'm writing my research paper on it, and I am now going into actually disrupting the education system by launching my online training and education portal soon.
Please go ahead, continue.
Okay, so when I talk about my failures, I feel that one thing where I failed was understanding my own self at a very early age. I did not have a lot of counseling or good counselors, and that is why I think I am in this field of counseling. So I did not select the right subjects for me because I did not find a counselor. So there I failed. I feel that I should have looked for more guidance. And from then on, maybe it was destiny that I moved towards the field of education. I wanted to serve the nation as an Air Force pilot, but I couldn't become one because at that time, they were not taking women. But now I feel proud to see so many women in the armed forces and even in the Air Force. So I think I failed at fulfilling one of my passions of being a pilot and joining the armed forces. Then comes the second failure, which I feel is in actually managing myself, my own emotions, my own feelings, which have been very, very detrimental to me. They have caused me a lot of conflicts and problems, not just personally, but professionally as well, was that there was no one to guide me or actually point this out to me. And even myself, I started reflecting at a very later stage when I felt hurt myself, that I need to manage my own emotions and feelings to be able to manage people or do my duties more effectively. So since I'm a very, very passionate person and I'm sensitive by nature, so when I speak, it is out of passion and and at times a loud voice where people feel that maybe I'm angry or I am saying things out of passion. So this doesn't go well with many people. So yes, this is what I've been working on since the past 5-6 years now, taming down my passion, that it does not explode. It does not explode on the face of people and people misunderstand me. So this has been in my initial stages, and I actually became a school leader very early in my life. I became a deputy head at the age of 28, and then I was promoted within the next 2 years as a head of school. That too of a middle school where we have teenagers. So it took me a while to actually look at myself and be the leader that such an age group wanted. So yes, with the students, I became a good counselor, but with the adults around me, I always had very high expectations. The third thing that I've changed and where I failed is that I'm a perfectionist by nature. And this is what I expect from other people working with me or even living with me. So with time, through my students, through my staff members, I learned that you cannot expect the same from people. People are different. So it was a student in my first year of teaching who was a very good student, and somehow he did a very lousy write-up and gave it to me. And I had actually, being a language teacher, I corrected each punctuation, I corrected each error. And he came to me with a very sad face and said, "Ma'am, my copy is bleeding." And reflecting on that, it just hit my heart that I had actually hurt a child who is a very good student. And I didn't realize that in my own perfectionist nature, I had actually marked him very severely, or I have pointed out his mistakes, though I should have understood that maybe he was not so well, or maybe he was having a difficult situation that he did not concentrate on his essay, and he made so many spelling mistakes or missed out on punctuation and so on. So that was a turning point where I started looking at myself, my actions as a teacher, my actions as a leader in the classroom, and also the leader of the school later on, that my words, my actions, how do they impact people? So, and again, this passion and this reactive nature comes from my own family background, where I have a very authoritative father. And again, these mistakes made me realize where this passion or this temper was coming from and how I should get over it. So these mistakes actually led to many failures also in my professional life. And of course, since it was a very fast track for me, as I told you that I got promoted as a deputy head at 28, then at the age of 30, I was the head of a school. And then I was transferred to a senior school very soon. I think it was within 3 years, I was promoted as the head of O-levels. And then I was promoted as a principal of a campus with 3 other heads and deputy heads. So it was really a difficult time for me, actually working with 3 other heads who are leaders. So to be a leader to those leaders, you have to really reflect at each and every action that you take. And it was difficult for me to accept that, yes, I make mistakes at times, and I should not be expecting the same perfection from all the people around. However, as a trainer and then as a mentor, I feel that we have to push some people. We have to force them to keep working harder, because they are not coming up to the level of where they should be. They have that potential, they have that capacity, but they're either too lazy or they are not able to, as I told you about myself, that it took me a while to understand my own self, my own strengths and weaknesses and work on them. So many of us are blind at times to our own weaknesses, and we do not accept if someone else criticizes and tells you that this is the problem that you have, we don't accept it very easily. And later on, this own reflection actually helped me to be a better mentor to the teachers, because I actually took them through the process where they realized their own mistakes or weaknesses and then worked towards improving them. So now I am, I think, very good at reflective practice, not just with the education sector, but with anyone who wants to learn how to do a very rigorous process of reflection on themselves and how to work on improving themselves. Successes, I think the main success that I have is to be able to actually make my place in my own conservative, very religious background that I come from, and gain confidence of my elders to be able to study and complete my master's, because in my family, girls don't study so much. So they are married off after metric. So I am proud of the fact that I could do my first master's, and then my father allowed me to go abroad to do my second master's, which is equivalent, MS is equivalent to MPhil in education leadership. So this is an achievement both on a personal level as a personal on professional level, as nobody could have actually imagined that a girl from my family would actually. And since I'm the eldest cousin in my family also, not just my siblings, so now we have a PhD from Malaysia, and she's teaching at NED University. We have another MPhil in English literature, and that too in a small city of Multan, and she's teaching. And in the same way, my own sisters, they are leaders in their own field. So everyone got that chance because of my achievements, and because of what I did and how I kept the trust of my father as well as family and progressed. And so that gave me a lot of confidence as a person. And I think all women should be allowed, whether it is a family where you don't allow girls to study and the girls to work. Even I got permission to work, because in my family, girls don't work. So I got permission to do a job. So I consider these are my successes, and this actually developed the leader that was always there, because in my school, I was a prefect. In my college, I was elected president. So these little achievements actually paved my way to become the leader that I am today. And I think I stand tall today with now helping people that I don't even know as a woman leader, guiding other women to empower themselves within the cultural limits, within the norms that they have in their family, without defying anyone, standing tall and doing what they should be doing, following their dreams and passions. And I think this is I myself am a role model for so many other women out there with whom I'm working now. And we have launched this She Leads program for them. And She Leads finishing school also, because I feel today girls are not trained the way they should be trained. And we do not make them understand the role a woman plays in the family. A woman in the family is the one who keeps the family together, and family unit is the most important. Later comes the stages where college, schools, universities teach people, but the mother teaches the core values, the core things that people should be knowing, whether it is boys or girls, and especially true for girls, because that girl is then responsible for the future generation. So educating girls and giving them the right values is very, very important, and the mothers should be looking into it. So I got this from my mother and my family. And I feel that at times people actually negate and say that you're so educated, you are working, you're doing so much. So why do you talk about such traditional norms? But it's not about traditional or being progressive. It is all about what future do you want to see and what are the right values. And right now in this time and age, the most important thing is that we teach our children good values so that they are able to make the right decisions. They are able to do and follow their dreams, and they are confident, they are independent, instead of pampering them and instead of actually making them dependent on you. Each of us is an individual with special ability and with special talents, and we all have the right to actually bring them out. And that is a message from Nurul Huda also. This is what I believe in. And if we work on strengths, we overcome the weaknesses, we can help our children progress and be who they should be and achieve ultimate success in their lives. And again, success is not money, success is not status. Success is that you are satisfied at your heart and you are at peace and you are a happy individual. If you are happy, if your children are happy, your family is happy, then I think you have achieved everything in life. That's all from my side.
मैम कुछ क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, ऑल्दो टाइम
जी, जी.
तो ले लिया जितना लेना था, बट नेवरदलेस अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो वुड यू लाइक टू टेक देम?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay. Here, आपके इस पे आ रहा है. It says, talking about failures, how counseling had made you fail at different stages, like you said, being a pilot and few more.
Yeah, at that moment when I was a child, I think this kept me depressed till I went to intermediate, where after intermediate, I got a gap of a year and I went back to my school. And my head said that forget about what you'll be doing with your life. Your teacher is on leave, come and teach science. I just looked at her face, but she guided me. And there, that passion for teaching started. So yes, it was a failure at that time because my teacher did not guide me rightly. She said, girls don't go to Air Force, girls don't become pilots. So you shouldn't be taking science, which was wrong of her. She should have said that you can still study science and not be a pilot. And you could actually think through it later on that how you could serve your nation. So yes, I think that that was the time when we didn't have counselors in schools, and that is why I actually did my master's. My thesis is in guidance and counseling subject with depression in adolescence, because I went through that depression phase. So then actually I researched that, and adolescent is a very difficult age where many children undergo anxiety and depression, and we as parents and as teachers should be aware of it.
There's another question. It says, so passion and failures are different, you think?
Yes, it is. We need to harness our passions so that they do not lead to failures. Sometimes we are passionate in a very negative way and we impose our passions on others and we actually try to have our own way. So you should be very sure that your passion is positive and your passion is harnessed in the right way possible.
Great. There's another interesting question. It says, great to hear. To become a successful trainer, what are the skills required in today's era? Plus, why we fail to build skills of students? Why they are not future ready?
The reason is our own. Yes, to become a successful trainer, you have to have the skills where you are able to. The first and most important skills is the communication skills and developing a rapport with the people whom you are going to train. That is the first and foremost thing. So if you are able to develop that rapport with your trainees, then you can become a successful trainer. So this is what we do in trainings. The good trainings always have icebreaker activities at the beginning of the session where you get to know each other and the whole group and you gel in. And then you start the actual training that you are supposed to do. But some people don't take care of it and they just jump into the training. So that's why then it is not effective. As far as students are concerned, our education system has some flaws where we are just focusing on knowledge and theory and we are not looking at skills. The life skills are as important. In fact, they are the basis. If we actually cover them in our education and at home, then your children, the students can succeed in learning other skills very easily.
एक और interesting question है ma'am. It says how long it actually takes to modify one's behavior. Psychology is related.
It can actually take a few moments that your heart changes completely, and it can take years, and it may not change at all, because I've seen people modify their behavior after trainings, but there are others जिनकी सेहत पे कोई असर नहीं होता, वो वैसे ही रहते हैं. So it depends on your own will, कि हमारा अपना will है, आप एक चीज को realize करें, accept करें कि मेरे अंदर ये flaw है, मुझे इसको change करने की जरूरत है, तो आप आसानी से कर लेते हैं. लेकिन जहाँ आप accept ही नहीं कर रहे, तो आप वहाँ पे फिर reactive होते हैं और ज्यादा, और आप और negative हो जाते हैं कि ये बंदा मेरी बुराई कर रहा है, इस बंदे को मुझसे कुछ मसला है. So then you are never able to improve.
अच्छा, एक और question आया है. It says, sorry to interrupt, it's a game of decades. So many years required to get students ready for the future. आपके ख्याल में क्या दुरुस्त है?
No. It's actually giving them the right training. अब मैं जो बात करने जा रही हूँ, वो हो सकता है अभी बहुत सारे एजुकेशनिस्ट मुझसे बहुत नाराज हों, स्कूल ओनर्स भी नाराज होंगे और होना होंगे. I'm actually making myself ready for that, because I say with my 25 years of experience, I've come to the conclusion that we need to come out of this factory model of education, जो हम कहते हैं कि बच्चा छठी पढ़ेगा, ये 10 किताबें पढ़ेगा, उसके बाद वो उसका इम्तिहान देगा रट के, और फिर वो 7वीं में जाएगा. I feel that it should be aptitude and competency based. If a child at 10 years can actually do mathematics of class 9th, so why can't we teach him that at that stage? कि वो बच्चा उस स्टेज पे है, क्योंकि बच्चे फ्रस्ट्रेट होते हैं, बहुत सारी साइकोलॉजिकल चीजें चलती हैं पीछे, जहां वो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए फिर लर्निंग से ही दूर हो जाते हैं. वो कहते हैं क्या बच्चों वाली चीजें मुझे पढ़ा रहे हैं. I've seen those students, and I actually had a program for gifted students in my schools always as a head, कि वो बच्चे जो दूसरे बच्चों से एक्सेलरेटेड लर्निंग थी जिनकी, उनको कैसे केटर किया जाए. तो ये हम लोग सोचते नहीं है. तो हर बच्चा जो है वो डिफरेंट है. तो एक बच्चा जो अंग्रेजी उसकी वीक है, तो मे बी उसको छठी जमात में आपने बिठाया हुआ है, लेकिन उसको एक्चुअली अंग्रेजी पढ़नी चाहिए चौथी जमात की. तो बच्चे जो स्ट्रगल करते हैं, बहुत सारी एंजाइटी एंड डिप्रेशन इज रिलेटेड टू the education system and the way we assess them and the way we put them through the activities and the content that they are studying. It should be competency based. So the online school that I'm talking about is going to be very different. It is not going to be relying on subjects. It will not be relying on levels. कि ये बच्चा छठी में है, अब ये 7वीं में. So it's going to be competency level 1, competency level 2, and again not subjects. I believe that what the children need to learn as subjects, मतलब subjects is इन चीजों के साथ सीखे, communication skills, critical thinking, problem solving, STEAM. So the STEAM should actually answer maths, science subjects, IT, as well as arts. So this is the combination that the students should be studying. और फिर वो बच्चे का जब आप क्लास 8वीं जमात में आता है, जहाँ वो सब्जेक्ट सेलेक्ट करता है, तो वहां पे जो है उसका एप्टीट्यूड देखते हुए, अगर उसने पढ़ना है फॉर एग्जांपल फिजिक्स, या उसने मेडिकल में जाना है, तो वही सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़े जो उसके प्रोफेशन के लिए जरूरी हैं, नॉट एनी अदर सब्जेक्ट्स. इट्स नॉट रिक्वायर्ड.
एक बहुत ही पेक्यूलियर और बहुत ही ऑनेस्ट क्वेश्चन आया, और मैं देख रहा था दूसरी तरफ जाके, यहाँ तो हमने अपने फेसबुक यूजर्स के नाम नहीं शो किए. ही हैपेंस टू बी माय स्टूडेंट. बहुत ही ऑनेस्ट क्वेश्चन उन्होंने किया है, ये देखें. एक मिनट. What can I do to support my wife so that her confidence level is raised? How can I be a support system to her? Thank you for speaking to us.
Let her follow her dreams. उसे पूछो उसे क्या अच्छा लगता है. If she likes painting, she should get that time to paint. हम ना अपनी लड़कियों को इतना दबाते हैं ना, उनकी सारे पैशंस खत्म कर देते हैं. अब जैसे मैं आई एम अ पोएट, मेरे मियाँ कहते हैं क्या फजूल काम करती रहती हो, तो पिछले 10 साल से मैंने कुछ नहीं लिखा, अब मुझे कुछ हो रहा है कि मैं लिखना वापस शुरू करूं. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज, हालांकि वो कोई ऐसी नेगेटिव उसमें नहीं कहते, बट उनको लगता है कि मैं टाइम जाया करती हूँ इन सारे कामों में. बट द थिंग इज के एज हस्बैंड्स you should be very supportive. We should be, everyone should be very supportive of their spouse. It goes the other way around too. Your husbands also. कि हम जो है ना उनको इतना उलझा के रखते हैं. They should actually go out and spend time with their friends. बिकॉज घर में और घर की जिम्मेदारियां तो हर वक्त करते रहते हैं ना. दे नीड सम टाइम आउट विद देयर फ्रेंड्स. सो घर के जो मसाइल हैं, फ्रस्ट्रेशंस हैं, वो कम. ऐसे ही खवातीन को उनका जो दोस्तों का ग्रुप है उन्हें कहें कि हाँ भाई तुमने इस महीने अपनी दोस्तों से नहीं मिला, जाओ मिलो. टेल द वाइफ टू एक्चुअली गो एंड हैव अ हेयर कट, फेशियल कराएं. तो ये सारी जब आप करते हैं ना तो यू विल फाइंड दैट शी विल बी हैप्पियर एंड शी विल बी. मैं ये खवातीन से भी कहती हूँ जो कमाती हैं सारा वो बच्चों पे घर पे लगा देती हैं. मैं उनसे कहती हूँ कि गिव योर सेल्फ अ ट्रीट ऑल्सो. यू डिजर्व इट. आप घर का काम भी कर रही हैं, आप बाहर नौकरी भी कर रही हैं. बाय अ गुड सूट फॉर योर सेल्फ, गो टू द सलोन, गो आउट विद फ्रेंड्स, हैव अ लंच और डिनर आउटसाइड. यू डिजर्व इट. तो ये हमने उनको एक गिल्टी फीलिंग के नहीं जी आप ये सारा पैसा तो घर में लगना चाहिए, बच्चों को पे स्पेंड होना चाहिए, ये सब. नो. We should give value to each individual. We all have our talents, we all have our abilities, we all have our dreams and passions. So when people are allowed to follow their passions, they actually become happier individuals and they family के automatically आप देखेंगे घर का माहौल भी अच्छा हो जाएगा.
Lovely. One last question, ma'am.
Okay.
The questioner says, in this lockdown, I'm fed up with Amma calling khalas, and Mamu guide me how to handle it. A serious question.
Handle what? Handle lockdown?
I believe yes. In lockdown, huh? I'm fed
नहीं,
up with-
अगेन आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड टाइम फॉर लर्निंग. अपने दोस्तों से बात करो, अच्छी किताब पढ़ो, कोई नया कोर्स कर लो. फ्यूचर लर्न पे अगर इफ यू आर अ स्टूडेंट, फ्यूचर लर्न पे इतने अच्छे अच्छे कोर्सेज हैं फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. और कुछ नहीं तो आप इफ यू हैव सम इंटरेस्ट. मेरे बच्चे तो पेंटिंग कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए मैं लेके आई थी. आई सी देम एंड आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी कि कमरे से तो बाहर निकले, कंप्यूटर से तो बाहर नहीं निकले, अपने फोन के अंदर से बाहर निकल के कुछ और भी कर रहे हैं. सो यस, एंड देन आई एक्चुअली टेक देम आउट ऑल्सो ना. मैं जाके लॉन में बैठती हूँ तो फिर निकल के बहालत है मजबूरी बाहर भी आ जाते हैं, फिर पौधों में पानी भी डाल देते हैं, खरगोश के साथ भी खेल लेते हैं. तो एक्चुअली इस तरह की आप अम्मी को हेल्प करो, कोई नई रेसिपी बनाना सीख लो. उनसे कहो कि मेरी फेवरेट रेसिपी बताएं, मैं बनाता हूँ आज मेरे सामने, मुझसे मतलब मेरे साथ मुझे गाइड करें. लर्न टू कुक. यू विल बी, मतलब ये हमारे बच्चों को आना चाहिए. ग्रो योर ओन फूड एंड लर्न टू कुक योर फूड.
लेकिन मैंने एक चीज देखी है, अभी मेरा पर्सनल कमेंट के लड़कों के साथ ये थोड़ा सा हमारे साथ प्रॉब्लम है. यूजुअली वी डोंट कुक, लेकिन जब हम बाहर जाते हैं तो बाहर जाके फिर हम सीखते हैं. मेरे बड़े बेटे के
फिर
साथ
अम्मा को कॉल करके रेसिपी पूछते हैं. तो भाई पहले से सीखो. व्हाई डू यू वांट टू रिलाई ऑन अ वुमन? आजकल की लड़कियों को वैसे पकाना नहीं आता. मेरा एक ही बेटा है, मैं उसे अभी से, वो 12 साल का है, मैं अभी से उसको सिखा रही हूँ. कहती हूँ आजकल की लड़कियों को खाना पकाना नहीं आता, अपना खाना पकाना खुद सीखो.
लेकिन माशाल्लाह मेरा बेटा इज अ बेटर कुक देन आई एम, ऑल्दो आई वाज अब्रॉड फॉर 8 years myself, लेकिन वो बड़ी अच्छी चीजें पका रहा है, 2 साल से बाहर है. वंडरफुल. बहुत शुक्रिया आपके वक्त का. एक लास्ट मैसेज आप कोई देना चाहें ऑडियंस के लिए, यंगस्टर्स के लिए, बिफोर वी क्लोज दिस सेशन?
बी योरसेल्फ. डोंट फॉलो एनीवन. नो योरसेल्फ एंड बी योरसेल्फ. अम्मा अब्बा को भी नहीं फॉलो करो. अपने आप को जानो, पहचानो आप कौन हो, एंड बी योरसेल्फ एंड एम हाई एंड गो आफ्टर योर ड्रीम्स.
लवली. थैंक यू वेरी मच आपके टाइम का रफिया मुदस्सिर साहिबा. इंशाल्लाह फिर आपको लेंगे किसी और दफा, और फिजिकली जब कराची हम आएंगे फेल फेस्ट को लेके, आपको दोबारा तकलीफ देंगे. थैंक यू सो वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस. टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ. बहुत शुक्रिया. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sheikh Mohammed Ali signing off. अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिए. Stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.